My mom is at the camera. Hi. Hi.
Hi.
We're back in cooking.
Hold on. Good?
I have some orange juice.
We're back with our next recipe, the muffins. So, honey, we need 1 1/4 cup of milk. Beat it with the egg. So first we're going to put in the egg, okay? So I went along, since he didn't want to be part of it, I went along in doing all the dry material. And now what's left is the wet. Okay? I'm going to need your fork.
I'm getting oranges. I have lots of oranges. Money oranges.
Okay, this fork, you mix. Okay? Here you go.
I'm going to squish it with.
Yeah, you do that. Okay, and we need 1 tablespoon of vanilla.
That looks so weird. It looks like green goo. It looks like green goo.
The recipe called for 1 tablespoon of vanilla. Personally, I find that a lot, but I am following a recipe, so, let's go for it. I'm just going to put a little less than a tablespoon, just in case. I'll put it all, because the recipe says, mix it together.
And when I do that, I'm going to get my
No, please don't. Because we're doing oat flour, we're actually going to put 1 1/2 cup of milk. Good? You ready? I'm going to pour them in. You grab them and you pour it in. And then mix it, okay? 1 cup. So we got 1 1/2 cup of milk. Go ahead and mix it together. We also need 2 tablespoons
Well, I
of butter.
can't even see the egg anymore.
It's okay. Mix it.
Where's the egg?
You'll see it when you mix.
What?
See right there, the yellow? And it looks coming up at the top now too. Now what you want is everything to look the same. Okay? I'm going to grab my other tablespoon. And now while we're here, I'll take a moment to explain about cinnamon. Now cinnamon has anciently known, it's less common to hear about this now in the modern times, but in the past, cinnamon was used as, it lowers blood pressure. It's known to lower blood pressure. So, the magical effects of cinnamon is one of the effects of lowering blood pressure. Now, here we go. We're going to mix it all together. Cinnamon is another one of our commonly overused medicinals that we overlook and we don't even pay attention to. Just like turmeric. Alright, so our topping looks to be coming really well together. Now for this batter, I mixed in some active, Herbalife active fiber. Sorry, I'm getting carried away with mixing. Some Herbalife active fiber and meal replacement powder. It'll boost up the effects of its health effects. Since I am doing a sort of donut recipe, I chose to modify it a little bit and see what will happen and how it will maintain its goodness before I really modify the recipe to how I want it to be. This is how I usually make most of my recipes. I base them off of an original of somebody else's. I do their recipe and see where I can tweak, what I can change to modify it for my needs and my needs of everybody else, clients, friends, other people. All right. So now that our liquid is ready to go, okay, perfect. I prepared myself a bucket of soap and water to rinse off the utensils that I use right away. It makes it very practical. It makes it easy to wash, and you don't have to worry about much afterward. Here we go. Okay. So now we're mixing the wets with the dries. And my little munchkin decided to bail on this baking with me. I guess he'll come back later when he wants to. But I'm really happy that he helped me with the first recipe and wanted to help me with the second as well. I'm glad he's getting into baking, because then that'll be easier for him to get into cooking. There we go. Do you guys remember back in the day? I mean, I'm not sure how it was in Quebec, but I came from Alberta, Calgary, Alberta. And back in the day there, I was in junior high, so secondary 1 at the time, and they had a home ec class and an industrial arts class. It was very enjoyable. We got to do woodwork and we got to do cooking. So we learned a whole bunch of new skills that our parents didn't have a time simply to teach us after school. They just didn't have the time. And we had homework and they were tired. So, you know, sit down in front of the TV, have dinner, and get ready for bed. That's what it was. So I was so happy that they had those courses in my junior high. But so happens, the same year that I came here to move to Montreal was the exact same year that the school board, the federal school board, decided to eliminate it from all schools, deeming it unimportant. And, well, I beg to differ. It's very important to know how to cook and to know how to do basic manual work. So it's too bad, really, for our generation. But what can you do, right? All right, so my batter is nice and mixed, and now we are going to get it ready for in the oven. While you guys are there, let me show you how it turned out our cinnamon buns. Kind of hot. And here they are. Sadly, oat flour still doesn't gather very well. So this recipe, though it's a vegan recipe, will need a binding substitute, such as egg or banana would be best. Avocado would do it too, but I don't suggest avocado in that recipe, that's for sure. All right, so I'll say toodaloo, and I'll see you guys the result later.